Hi there. Today we are making smashed potatoes. Now, what are smashed potatoes? Some of you may know, some of you may not know.
Does it involve alcohol?
It could, but no, it doesn't have to. So smashed potatoes are my favorite way to do potatoes. I think Rob disagrees with me. I think he prefers roasted potatoes.
Garlic mash.
Oh, yeah, you see, and I don't really like mashed potatoes. But smashed potatoes I do like. Smashed potatoes are kind of like the best bit of a baked potato with a little bit of a roasted potato in there. That's how I think of it anyway. Now, to make a really, really good baked potato, usually a russet in its skin, you put it in the oven and it's in for over an hour. This is a little different. What we do is we take our potato, and it can be a russet, it can be a Yukon Gold, which is what we have here. It could be whatever kind of potato you have, actually. They've been washed, and I've picked off any little bits of sprouting, you know, not the big long trailing things, but just like tiny little eyes, and any bad bits. And we're going to microwave them until they're soft. Now, I wouldn't want to do a baked potato that way, because the best bit of the baked potato is that really sort of crunchy exterior and the soft interior that it gets from being in the oven the whole time. What we do with these is we cook them until they're fully cooked, and then we add some yumminess and pop them in the oven for a shorter period of time where the outside crisps up a bit. And that seems to be like the best of both worlds, and we get tasty potatoes in less time.
Huzzah.
And it just works for me.
Now, my mom always said
Yeah.
that you had to prick them with a fork so they didn't explode.
That's true.
Are you doing that?
It can be a fork or it can be a handy dandy knife. It really doesn't matter what you have.
So if you're feeling stabby.
I always feel stabby. Actually, that's not true. That's really not who I am.
Rarely stabby. We still have
Or is it?
We still have most of our children. This is good.
All right, stab. Right? Okay, I'm gonna put these in the microwave. You don't really need to see that. Rob says there's a baked potato setting on the microwave. I've
There
never
is.
even noticed. I'm the gal who always puts numbers in.
I paid extra for it.
Yeah, so he uses that. When I make them, I put them in. I usually put them in for 5 minutes. I see what that does. And if they're where I want them to be, meaning they're soft, fully cooked, then I carry on. If they're not, I put them in for longer. So I'm gonna do these ones that you see here. They're mixed sizes today. And, but that shouldn't be a huge problem. And I'll come back and I'll tell you how long they were in and what we do next. So the potatoes were in for about 5 minutes, and then I opened up the microwave and I gave them a little squish with, you know, take care of your hands. Don't burn yourself.
Safety first.
And they needed just a little bit more time, so I turned them over and I put it on for 2 more minutes, and now I think they're ready. And you can see they're different sizes, so of course the little ones got done more quickly, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't think you really overdo them. Like,
It's a
that's not a big
potato.
problem. So I'm gonna put them onto a pan that happens to be very lightly greased. I've done it without greasing it as well. It really doesn't matter that much. I'm going to use the handy dandy potato masher, but you know what? If you don't have one of these, not a problem. Use the bottom of a jar, a glass, a bottom of a bowl. It really doesn't matter. Something with a flat-ish surface, and just go like that. Make sure they have room between them. Whoosh. See, isn't that lovely?
Ooh, it's ever so nice.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Now what, Laura? Now what?
This is where the yummy stuff happens, right? So we've got our olive oil here, and I'm gonna do a drizzle.
I like to say that sometimes I put butter at this stage as well, but that's just me.
I don't. So, and these are my version. So just a drizzle of olive oil over each potato. Then I'm gonna do salt and pepper. I can smell that olive oil smell coming up because of the heat. It's quite lovely. That was the pepper. This is the salt. And then our favorite happens to be fennel seed, which I'm going to use my fingers on. And when you bite into these, when you're eating the potato, it's a nice hit of that sort of anisey, fennel-y flavor. And hey, the bigger potato I put a bit more on, but you know, it's totally up to you how much you want to put on. And then, ooh, messy, chili flakes, because we like that around here. Ooh, that Counting Crows song's going through my head around here.
No, we'll have some copyright issues.
Yeah, no, and I don't sing, so you guys don't need to hear me sing that. So, there we go. Now we're gonna pop this back in the oven. So real oven, this was microwave to get them cooked, but now to make them super, like the best texture and crispy on the outside and still soft on the inside, they're going into the oven. The oven's set for 375 to 400 Fahrenheit. It's, you know, it's not an exact science here. And you're gonna keep an eye on them. Not like, you don't have to have an eagle eye, but it's mostly smell. Do they smell like they might be burning? Take them out, right? That's sort of, I do a lot of my cooking by nose.
It's an inexact science.
But I tend to smell things and then I go to look. That's how my senses work.
I can work in a lot of ways.
But you can set an alarm if you want to. Go look after 15 minutes, see how they're doing. We're not flipping them. We're leaving them just like this, okay? And I'm not broiling, although you could finish it with the broiler, which is the heat on top.
And butter.
But we're putting this in an oven in the middle, so it's baking. So I'm just gonna put that in. And we're gonna come back when that's done and we're gonna show you how yummy they are. The potatoes were in the oven for about 30 minutes and they've got some nice browning on them and the oil has sunk in and the spices are all toasty. So they're pretty much ready to go. Now you can drizzle them. We could have cooked them a little bit longer. When I do russets, they get crispier than these Yukon Golds do, and that's fine. You could drizzle a little more oil on. You could use different spices if you wanted to. I'll put
butter.
I'm sorry?
Butter.
No butter. I'll put a list down below of other spices that you might want to try on there. But it's a great side dish to go with whatever you happen to have around. So it's like a baked potato, but not quite the same thing with more flavor. And that's always a good thing.